What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Dent Digest live show. What's up, Manny?
What's up, Ryan? I'm just trying to send in my last estimate.
So, and if you guys don't realize this, I always try to catch Manny at the absolute worst time to bring on the show. So I just sit here and just wait for him not to be ready and just go at it. So
you know what? I'm sorry. Today I was actually late. Today I was late.
I can't even with you. I can't even.
It's just, I was just telling someone earlier today, I'm so grateful for the work. But man, like sometimes it's just like, like I don't wish, but like, kind of like the hell guys, right? Like they have a certain amount of cars to work on. And once that's done, it's just like, all right, they get a break. And they move on to a different store, different city, whatever. I wish it was like that here, where it's just like you're busy, you're busy. Here comes Christmas. All right, things are gonna slow down and you'll have a break for like a week or two. No.
I'm on my break right now.
While you're at home.
Because I only scheduled like 1 or 2 cars every day. Because you never know, but like here, you never know before holiday. It's either out of control, or dead. And here it's been kind of like in the middle. Like I'm able to take walk-ins. So it's like I'll schedule 2 cars, have them drop it off, and then I'll have a walk-in come in for like a $200 dent. I'm like, do you want to do it now? They're like, can we? I'm like, yeah, let's go. So it's been really, really nice. I've really enjoyed it, so. I got 2 products that were sent to me that I want to talk about that I think one of them I'm really excited about because I think it's a fantastic idea.
Okay.
So it's
shout out to everyone who's joining us. Thank you, guys.
Anson pulling straps. I think this is a fantastic idea.
That. Yep.
It's kind of like a seatbelt material stitched at the top with a D-ring. I think this is going to be a huge addition, at least to my stuff. Mike, it's funny because Mikey saw it. He's like, man, did you see those pulling straps from Anson? I was like, yeah. He's like, oh, you need to get those.
I was wondering what material that strap was, that it looks
almost like a nylon, like it feels like a seatbelt.
Really?
Like the material feels, it's very much like a seatbelt material. Let me turn this since nobody can see what I got going on up here.
I really thought that was a good idea too.
I do too. It's a split strap too. So, if you got to go in and out of that panel, like say a taillight pocket, kind of like Vince was doing.
Yep.
And if you glue on the inside and you glue on the outside, you get really good adhesion.
Yeah.
Pull. I think this was a great idea.
And I've done that pull before, and it helps when you have a little bit of tension going.
And their new Dead on Dent tool cold glue.
Yeah, I saw that too.
And if you guys see this little pile back here, in the next few weeks, me and Manny are going to be giving all this away. All this is going to get given away. So I haven't used it yet.
It looked like a really good product over the video.
I can't tell.
I do like the color too. Like
all the cold glues. So I don't know. I haven't like fully tested it up against Glexo or Flexo or Nemesis or Sergio's. So we're going to give that a whirl, and I'll let you guys know. It doesn't have a smell. It's I think it'll be good.
You and smells like you smell every tool. It's like, this is a good tool, but it doesn't smell. Like, I don't know if anyone watching, like anytime Ryan brings up a tool, it's just like, this is a great tool, but it doesn't smell, or it smells like this, or it smells like
thing smells like beef jerky. So,
I think that tension tool thing, it's pretty cool. I feel like 2022 was the year of like pulling. A lot of pulling, right?
Yeah. And tips.
There
were a lot of tips coming out. And to speak of that, there's something new dropping that is going to come on the show next week. Some new tool that Manny called me today and says, you got to see this. And I was like, come on. I'm looking at it first. I'm like, I don't know. but let me tell you, I'm very excited about it.
I hope I don't get in trouble for calling you, but I couldn't hold back. My friend Paul Dent Crafter, he came over and anytime Paul comes over, we're always talking tools. He's he's either showing me tools, and I wanted to bring him on the show today because any new tool that comes out, he has it.
He always acts like his English is so bad, but I can have like a really good conversation. Like your English is not bad.
Yeah. So anyway, so he showed up and I was looking over his truck and I saw this tool and I was like, Paul, what is that? He's like, oh, I can't tell you about it. I'm like, you got to tell me now. I just saw it. He's like, well, I've been working with B&D on this tool, and this is what we came out. And he showed it to me, and he let me actually play around with that while he was here at the shop. Man,
it's pretty good.
Ooh, boy,
it's pretty good.
I gotta. What's crazy is that it's one of those tools where it's simple, I'm sure we've all thought about it, at one point.
I've never thought of that concept though.
Yeah, you're right. I probably have.
I think it's a.
But you know what I mean? It's one of those simple ideas that you're like, what? How come no one has made this before? I actually think it's going to be another one of those game changer tools.
You said it. You're like, there's a game changer tool here. And I'm like,
and that's the reason why I called you, because I was like, Ryan, this is a game changer tool, bro. Look at this. Look at what it does.
It is good. It is. It is.
So this tool,
really going to be useful.
This tool is dropping at MTE, and I just got to tell anyone and everyone who's listening to me right now, look for the new B&D tool that is coming out. You're going to want to pick this up. You are going to want to have this tool, and if you become the only technician in your area that has this tool, whew,
I think
and the other thing too is just it's not one of those tools where it's just oh, it just looks pretty, you should have. No, this tool actually allows you to be quicker. You could get so creative with this tool, man. It's wild.
It's great. I think it'll be a great addition to.
I don't think a
lot of tools. It's an addition to other tools.
Yes, I don't think I've been so excited about a tool like this in a long time, because there's just a lot of tips that I've been wanting to use, and I'm not going to go into more details, but there's a lot of tips that I've been wanting to use that have a problem, and this tool just fixes that issue. Anyways, enough about this tool. Stay tuned. B&D Tools coming up with something new by Paul and the owner. So, anyways,
it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
So,
and we actually have Mr. Ken here, and thank you, Ken, for joining us. I gotta say, that man is also dropping some crazy tools. I'm excited about that too. Thank you, Ken, because yes, you're right.
there's gonna be some cool stuff out. I think. What I mean? I think it's gonna be a crazy MTE.
Oh yeah.
I think the international travel's open. It was funny because here I don't know if I'm sure everybody's seen the news with all the crazy flight cancellations and all this crazy stuff going on. And Mike looks at me, he goes, what if our flight gets canceled? I'm like, I know. He goes, we're driving. I said, you're driving. I'm sleeping in the back.
Yeah. I'm kind of glad. I mean, not glad that this is happening right now, but because leave MT time.
Yeah.
At peace, please. Yeah. We got to make sure that we.
How was your Christmas?
It was good. Be honest, I felt like it went by fast. I mean, if I could have been here working Christmas, I would have. Yeah. Just to tell you that much. I mean, all last week was busy, so I just felt like Christmas just went by fast. But it was good. Got to enjoy my Sunday with the little ones, the wife, just literally hanging out at home doing nothing.
Yeah.
We got her a little game video, and we were sitting on TV and playing,
That's cool.
I thought she was going to be hooked for a long time, but no, she was off it after 30 minutes. I mean, like 20 minutes.
That's funny.
How was yours? How was your Christmas?
Not fun. Not fun.
Uh-oh.
It was not the greatest. So first off, I owe an apology to Ryan Campbell because it's the second week in a row that I had him set up and canceled. The first week was because of Boyette at Bryce's, and he's like, no big deal. And then this following week, we ended up losing power. And I was also very, very sick. I was in bed till Sunday, so we canceled Christmas here for the family and all that good stuff. But the good thing is I got it out of the way for MTE, so we're good to go.
Okay. So wait, we're doing a live show at MTE?
Oh, we're definitely doing a live show at MTE. But Ryan Campbell's coming on next week.
Oh, okay. Got it. That's awesome. That's awesome. Great. Looking forward to it.
So
can't wait to hear his story. And yeah, we're
cool
really
dude.
Sorry.
So I want to get this show on the road because we got some tools to go over. But first off,
I think you got more tools for the show this year than I do. I felt like this year I got a lot more modified tools than like anything crazy new.
There's one tool that I really, really like, but I don't like the company. But we'll talk about that later.
Are we going to talk about this on the show? Or
of course we are. This is what we're doing today. Treat every tech right?
Yeah.
Take care of your customer. So we got our weekly joke. And
oh, man.
You got no help this week. So it's all you.
Anyone in the comments that could help me.
And
Ryan's going to hook you up with some of that cold glue.
This is our last show of 2022.
Yeah, man. How do you feel? How do you feel about that?
Oh, it's 4 years, man. This thing's been going for 4 years. You know what I mean?
Just another year, yeah.
I mean, there's 36 people in here that are still watching this damn thing. I'm shocked. So
yeah, thank you to everyone who tunes in. Thank you to Jeff.
Yeah, it supports. I mean, it's been really good. You know, it's I can't believe it's still going on. That's what I said to my wife. I said, people keep watching. When they stop watching, we'll stop. You know what I mean? It's Vidine's like, man, I can't believe you do it every single week. It's so hard. I'm like, yeah, it's hard. It's hard, but we're making it happen for you guys. But let's get this joke. Don't keep stalling on me because you're scared. Don't be scared.
I've made a fool of myself so many times.
This is what the whole part. This is the best part about it. Why did the student eat his homework?
I feel like I've heard this one before.
Why would the student eat his homework?
Why did the student eat his homework? I'm waiting someone in the comments to help me.
All right, I'll help you out. Because his teacher told him it would be a piece of cake. That was a good one.
That was good. Josh just said so he could pass it.
So I'm going to let you.
That was good.
Pull the first tool up. I've got a bunch of tips too. So I'm kind of like, we pick five tools each, but I've got some tips and some stuff that needs to be mentioned that I really enjoyed.
It's crazy, but I gotta apologize for this. The first tool that I gotta show because I actually ran out. But one of those is actually the Reaper glue.
You ran out of Reaper glue?
I ran out of Reaper glue, and my life has not been the same. But the Reaper glue, the Reaper glue, I think was a hit. 2022 Reaper glue. What is it called? Purple?
Perfect perfection or something, or perfect purple.
I thought it was like
I don't know.
Purple, something like that. I think the Reaper glue really made an impact this year. I mean, we have a lot of great glues. We do. But I think he came in strong with that stuff. I'm big on, glue pulling, and I'm one of those techs that once I grab a glue, I stick to it. And I didn't think that the Reaper glue was going to do that to me, where I was going to jump on it and like be on it. And it did. As soon as I got it, I tried one stick and I tried to go back to what I was using, and it was just like, I couldn't.
Well, that's because that pink is crap.
Alan's saying, what temp does it work best?
Hot and humid, I think.
I mean, I think that for me, it worked great on just on anything. I think that the key thing for me was the set time, the drying time.
Mm-hmm.
When it was like really hot, I would just have to let it sit longer if I wanted like a strong pull. When it was colder weather, it didn't have to sit there for a long time, and it was still pulling strong. So the Reaper glue for sure. I think it's for sure on my top 5 for 2022.
Okay. So I'm gonna go next. The new tip, man, you can't even see it. The tip from Anson with the green cherry top with this little gnarled thing. I've been using this since I got it. Works really, really good. I bought a bunch of extra of these tip ends, and I still haven't even used it. Burned through it. Whatever this is really hard. I just really like the push of it. Like you can go to like something like this with a red tip or a Dentcraft cherry tip or whatever. But this tip just pushes softer. It's just a broader. I feel like it's a broader push than a cherry cap or that red cap or even a black chair tip. I just feel like it's broader. And you can side push on this thing, and I really like it because you're getting a soft push on the side too. Like the cherry tips will blow off of there. Yeah. The chair tips, you'll push through it, but I've been pushing on the side pushing on this a lot, and it works really, really well. So I'm really happy with this Anson tip. It was a great purchase.
How often do you find yourself changing out those tips? Or
this is the first one. I have not changed it once. It reminds me a lot of the Ultra Reds that last a long time, that rubbery red one that they have. So I'm very, very happy with that. I'm gonna pop another tip on while we're here. Back to it, man. This is that VIP blending tip.
Oh yeah.
My lighting tonight is terrible.
It's funny because I had those two on my.
It's like the brass, like brushed brass or whatever, copper or whatever color that's on these. I do a lot of cars with PPF, and I rant and rave about these. Just knocking on these with PPF, it just doesn't leave a divot. It works really, really well. So great job, Peter. With this,
especially the big one, the big like a little bit of the bigger one. It's one of my favorites. Like it's a clean push. I mean tap, and then the smaller one too is like you could get really sharp with that.
Yeah. So you're up.
Well, I'm keeping this guy on the top 5s today.
Reaper crease tabs. Look at you. At least you cleaned them for us.
You're welcome. Hey, that's how you know they're being used. I'm not just bringing up tools because we're friends with John Benin or anything like that. No, these things are solid, man.
Yeah, they do. They do work really well. I haven't broke one yet.
No, you're right. I have not broke one either. Actually, the only way I did break one is running over it.
Well, I mean,
somehow I missed on the floor, and I ran the car over it, and I did bend it and break it. But I got to tell you, I mean, this is one that you could tell that,
it's curving.
But it's because it pulled that hard. I remember when I pulled on it, it's one of those tabs where you're like scared that you're actually going to stretch out the metal too much.
Yeah.
Or that you're gonna just rip off the paint.
Are you using mini lifter or slide all the time? Which one? Or both?
I mean both. Yeah, honestly, both.
I think the mini lifter is the most accurate for them. I feel like I can just slow pull it and I can just watch the metal move and then let go before I snap it.
And it becomes like a really strong pull if you use a mini lifter. But yeah, man, these things are solid.
Yeah.
And I think they just go hand in hand too with the purple, with the glue that he has. Somehow the glue that he has in these tabs is just like it's solid. It's like it's magic. It's like they go with each other. But yeah, the new Reaper crease tabs.
Okay.
Fire. They are definitely on my top for 2022. So Reaper glue, Reaper crease tabs.
And I'm running through my tips I got here. So I got the Dent Slayer mini tip, that mini R4 that is tiny. You can kind of see it right there. What do I use this for is my question. Do you know what I use this for a lot?
What?
It works really well. Tesla Model 3s.
Okay.
I put it on a tool and it's small enough for when you get to that brace, you can just get this head up inside there. You know, usually getting just the whale tail in there and just getting that up. This will slide in between the skin and the brace and just give me enough. You don't have to move it a lot because it's tight in there, but it gets just enough inside that body line and that brace because it's short.
Right.
You're not fighting that wide part of it. It's completely short, so it's actually smaller than the tool. So when it gets up in there, just that head can fit up in there, and you can just barely through. You know, I go through the latch a lot on a Model 3, and just get in there and just barely rock that thing back and forth, and it'll just start moving that body line out pretty cleanly. So that's made it A1 tools, but it's super small. I mean,
we need that tip.
And
I
it's
don't
cheap,
have that tip.
You know what I mean? And it's such a simple tip, but do you see what I mean? Though there's no end on it. Let's see if I can bring myself solo. There's no end to make it really big. So that tip right there is money. It just is money.
And you're right. That's a good like body line tip.
Yeah.
Where you
just get it in the door, even with a dent dial.
Get right in that center.
So that tip, I keep it in the bag because I know I'm going to lose it.
Oh, really?
So I just keep it in this bag.
That's funny because I was thinking of that. I'm like, he has never used that tip or what?
No, I used the crap out of it. It literally, I've used it on a Cherokee body line with a dent dial because it fits nicely down in there. So it brings the dent dial down and the tip is just straight off and it's just really, really clean, pushing that up. It's a great tip, man.
Yeah,
Matt did a good job.
Cherokee body lines are nasty. Ooh.
I hate them. They're the worst. When they call, customers, there's two cars that make me cringe. Hey, I got a dent in my F-150. What year? 2020. And I'm like, okay. Or, hey, I got a Cherokee with a dent in the front door, close to the mirror, smashed body line. You're like,
yeah.
You got to take it apart no matter what. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, because laminated glass too. Talking about those same types of body lines, the Volkswagen SUV, what's it called?
Tiguan.
Yeah, that upper body line. Oh, that body line is nasty. Ugh.
And that tip is a standard 5/16 by 18 tip thread, so it's a standard tip thread. So you're up.
I don't know. I picked this tool up at MTE last year, January of this year. I wasn't too sure when this tool came out, but it has worked for me a lot, and it's that Pocket Pro PDR light. like it's came out handy like a lot. Truck rear tailgate on the bottom, perfect. Bedside panels underneath the tail light. Sometimes your light can't fit in there because of the bumper. Perfect.
Only problem that I read about those is everybody complains the lens falls out of them.
The what?
The lens falls out of it.
It's funny that just happened to me last week or earlier this week, I think. But that's because I dropped it, though. I dropped it and then the lens came off. But I mean, I put it back on and I have not had an issue. You jinxed it.
Reviews at its best. Reviews at its best right there.
What's the matter with you?
Manny needs a new light. We can't talk about the manufacturer, but Manny needs a new light.
But I don't know. I'm not sure if this tool came out like this year or last year, but I picked it up this year. It's a great tool. It's a great tool. I think that even for the price, it's good to pick up.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So, Glexo mid-size blending hammer,
yeah.
My favorite, dude. This is my favorite right here. This has changed me 100%. I really like the look of the lighter one because it's all milled out in the center and it looks really, really cool. But I feel like it's too light. And then they have a heavier one. I had another tech working with me and he's like, bro, this thing is amazing. I'm like, I'm telling you, this medium one is perfect. The weight's perfect. The balance perfect. It smells good. And but Glexo, great job on this hammer. It's the middle size Glexo hammer. Get them while you can.
I actually thought there was only two. So you're saying that there's actually three.
Yeah.
Wow. So I'm missing two more. Because I was actually going to bring out that one.
You have the light one, right?
I have the light one, and I use it like it works.
It's a badass looking hammer with the machine work.
But I have not been like completely.
It doesn't have enough weight to it.
Impressed by it. Yeah, and I think you're right. Because I remember using it on the car, and I felt like I was trying to hit too hard.
And this is a product on here that somebody needs to come out with. This neoprene tip saver for like a mobile guy that's throwing these in their bags or whatever. This will save the tip. So these were shipped with these on. I don't think they sell them. I don't know if you can always get them, but somebody in the tool industry
needs to
come up with universal neoprene tips, because that's all it is like a wetsuit material. Make them universal, and you can put all your tips in there. Guys will buy them.
I could already think of one person that could use those, and that's my friend Paul.
Telling you, somebody make them. Just giving an idea.
Paul has a few blending hammers on his tool boxes, and it's just like, why do you treat it like what?
These just, it goes in my pack out, and it just stays good. You know what I mean? It just.
Yeah, I like that.
I don't even have to polish them. Like, it seems to keep the moisture away. So somebody, Anson, Ultra A1, make these.
Anson has a new blending hammer too.
I saw that.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that. Joshua has a good question. It's Glexo coming out to MP?
I'm not 100% sure. I've been back and forth with Olga. Obviously, everything going on over there. They've been doing a lot of stuff, so I don't know exactly if they're going to be there or not. There's been a lot going on with the company, so I'm not 100% sure. I will make sure I reach out to her tomorrow, see if we can get some answers for you guys.
Yeah, that would be cool.
You're up.
Stanliner. I caught myself buying a lot of Stanliner this year. A lot of stuff that has been out that I haven't had, but this is one that I think it was one of their limited edition tools. This is a great tool to have, man. By the door handle, you have the door side opening. You just get in there really nice and like push it out. I don't know. It's just I think it's a very nice, useful tool for a lot of like the small little dents.
They do make pretty good I like their hand tools. They're smaller stuff.
Yeah. So I picked this up this year as one of their exclusive tools, and this is definitely in my top 5s. I don't know if this has been out for a long time, but I have the bigger versions of this, and I was always hoping for a small version. And I think it's strong, it's solid, and we all know that Stainliner has a nice pushing
quality.
Tool.
Yeah,
quality. Yeah. I'm gonna cheat. Sorry, you took too long. The tech tip.
Have you been using it?
I actually did use it. And that's the reason why I wanted to bring it up, because in the beginning, when I first saw pictures and videos of it, I was like, really? Like, okay, I get it. Probably need to, but dude, it's actually helpful.
I use it every day.
Like it
like Noah, it was actually ceramic coating a truck today, and I looked over and I was like, oh, word? Okay. Nick Prang's little get up.
Yeah. And if you guys don't know what it is, it's basically it holds your
microfiber
rag that most of us use.
Drop them on the ground and.
Oh, so I was doing. This is how I made myself like start using it. It was because I was doing like a roof rail, and it was like multiple dents. So I was glue pulling back and forth, and I have this tendency where I have one rag and I always put it somewhere.
You're looking for it.
And I'm always looking for it. And that day I was like, I was on work mode, and I was like, this rag, and we all have multiple rags, and I kept picking up the wrong one, and I was like, I saw this at the end, had it here on my desk, and I was like, let's give this a shot. And sure enough, I put it on. No issues after that.
It works, man. And they're fairly cheap. You can get them at A1.
Like, dude, it was amazing to have it and like seeing it that it works. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't driving myself crazy looking for that rag anymore. I think it's a great idea, and like you said, it's not so expensive, and it works. It will save you, it will save you time. I think that any tool that makes you work more efficient, it's a great tool. Tool that brings you more value to the way you work,
Yep.
So, anyways, great job, Nick.
So this is a doubler. It's getting doubled up. It's 2 tools in one, 2 different manufacturers.
Okay.
But it's a new tool. I'm going to be honest with you. It's new, but I'm in love with it. I sleep with it at night in bed with me. It's amazing.
How's it smell?
It smells like money. So the Jaybird.
Yeah.
Jaybird from Excalibur. With this smaller Dent Reaper tip. This thing, I used it on underneath the taillight pocket on like a Silverado bed that was smashed in. The taillight couldn't even fit. I used this with that tip, and I used both of these Excalibur tips. That's why I said it's kind of a doubler. It's kind of an Excalibur tool with a Reaper tip, but these 2 tips worked really, really well in that instance too, because you end up having, it's got a little bit of a body line to the taillight, to the edge of the taillight pocket. So it kind of comes up, it rolls in, and then it's open. And this, I was able to work that back in with both of these tips because I could get it and just slowly roll it. You know, I was just kind of rolling this little rounder tip around. Fantastic tips if you don't have them. This sharp one is money. I mean, it's amazing. But
absolutely,
the Jaybird with any of these tips works really well with the Reaper tips. The small, the larger one. See how much use that thing's gotten already. This is a great tool. Use it on fenders, motorcycle tanks. It's really versatile for that stuff that you need the power. Like when I first got it, I knew it was going to be powerful, and I was using it on a fender just to kind of rough it out to get the body line up. It was a Nissan Altima or something. It worked really good with no pressure. Like it was just easier on my body. Just kind of got in there and just. But Excalibur, Reaper, great tool, man. I mean, they are.
And you know what? You're right. That tool is so powerful that like you don't even know how much power it has. Like when you're cranking on it,
it's crazy. It's crazy.
I was working at a motorcycle tank the other day, and I was trying to push out a dent like towards the top, you know, like near the gas tank hole. And I used that tool, and it was a nasty dent. And I cranked on it, and I was too excited of how easy the dent was moving, but I didn't realize that it had so much power that I was actually pushing down on the neck where the fuel door opening goes.
Happens.
It does, but that's, you know, I think that was like maybe like my error, you know, because the tool just had so much power. Yeah, that's a great tool to have. And it's funny because I was definitely bringing on this tip as well. It's a really good tip. I really like this tip.
I mean, they work with a lot of different tools too. You don't need the Jaybird. I mean, it'll work with a standard rod or door tool. You know, I use this tip on a roof. It was one of the newer Hondas. I think it was a CRV or an HRV. They ended up putting a bracket around the antenna opening. So that antenna opening got ripped, you know, the antenna got ripped off and it kind of pulled everything up. And this was able to slide in there and just give me enough of a push, clean push, instead of like a whale tail. Do you know what I mean? Like when you're making a whole bunch of little pricks in that section. This was really, really clean.
Yeah.
And
it
just
really
got in
has
there
a
and
nice
just
push.
You're up.
You know, I really wish I could have like had the chance to like show this tool, but that new B&D tool that it's coming out.
Yeah, these will be really nice.
You think you love this tool? Wait till you get that B&D tool. You're gonna love this. Like, you know.
So both of those A1 tools or Excalibur.com. You're up.
You know, I'm gonna be honest. I picked this up from Paul. I don't have this tool, but I actually thought it was like it's a cool tool, and you know, you may not think that there's a lot of use to it, but I think there is.
Yes.
It's the what's it called? The hula loop.
The hula hoop. Yep.
Yeah. From A1.
Yep.
You know, when I first saw it, I didn't know what to think of it, but later I saw a video from David, I think Pacific Coast PDR. He did a dent, and I was like,
it's Martin Sadler's tool.
So smart.
It's Martin Sadler from those dent guys. He created that. So I think it's a good idea too. It's another leverage of an old guy coming out with a tool that so you're not killing yourself, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's a great tool. Like I said, I don't own this. Paul, Dent Crafter, this is his. And I had to bring it out from his truck because I was like, I think this was a great 2022 tool.
Yeah.
You know, not a lot of people jumped on it, but the ones that did, I am sure they love it, and I don't have it, but I think this is definitely on my list to get.
Wait till they see that in your luggage.
Like,
what the hell is that?
What is this, sir? Yeah, I think this is a really great tool, and it's strong too. You think that like, oh, you could open it very easily. I mean, it does have display, but it's
no.
And of course, you probably wouldn't use it for like smash dents, but those nice, easy dents, gone very easy.
Yeah.
A1.
Well, I'm gonna bring a similar tool on that you brought on that I really like the tool, but I really dislike the company. And it's the Pro PDR Mini Light. And I'm going to tell you, like I said, it's a great tool. The lens does fall out, which I think they have a major problem with it. They don't want to fix it. And their customer service sucks, but the tool's fantastic. Just being real with you guys, like it's a great tool. Like if you don't have this has really changed my really, really sharp dents. Like when you get gnarly sharp dents and you're trying to just pick them, this really helped me get it up really clean because I could get it really, really close to the panel and look deep in it. It really gave me that depth to just get the center up, and then you could back it away and then go to your hail light or your limited light from there. But the lens does fall out, but it's a great tool. It's a great tool. Crappy company, but that's my opinion. I had to get it out there. I've been wanting to do it for a couple weeks, and I'm just being real with you guys. I try not to talk bad about anybody in our industry, but their customer service is terrible. So, you got anything else?
No, you know what? I mean,
I got two more.
All right, bring them out.
So,
like I said, I think this year, I bought more of like tools that have been out that I hadn't had. And I also brought a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? I made a lot of custom tools through Ultra. So, I bought a lot of that this year.
The best hole straightener out there. I have them all. I have the old VIP. I have the Kiko one, which works really good on motorcycle tanks because it's got a longer neck and you can get down inside there to straighten that opening up. Okay. I have the Stucky. The reason I really, really like this, let me put myself on the large screen. Let's see here. Is see how big that end is.
Yeah.
It's bigger than all the other ones. And it does a really, really good job in flattening that hole out. When you're really cranking, like actually, Manny was on the phone with me today. I had a Mini Cooper. I was going through one of the hinge holes to where it's two pieces of metal you're going through to get up in that Mini Cooper hood.
Oh, yeah.
For where the bolt goes through. And this was able to reach that second hole and straighten it out so the plug would go back in because it had that big factory black plug. But Peter did a really good job with this see how big. I mean, that is just much larger than all the other ones. So I'm really, really happy with this tool. I'm glad I got it. It just works. I mean, it really does. It just physically works.
Yeah, it was funny because Paul was showing me that tool today. He's like, "Hey, you should put this one on the show today. This is a great tool."
It is. It's well built. Comes in this nice little case. If you're a mobile guy, so your stuff's not getting all wrecked all over the place. But it's a great tool. I got two more, and we're good to go. Okay. So I got turned on to these Ultra knockdowns. And this is that really, really hard red rubber tip. And if you pull this off, this is just a metal polished end on here. And it works really well. It's kind of in that I'm the guy that you look at his cart and he's got 37 knockdowns because they all have a purpose. Do you know what I mean? Like if you glue pull a dent and you glue pull it and it's this big soft mound, and
you have a knockdown for that.
That's this one now. This pushes it out so cleanly, just knocks it down just enough, nice and clean, no little divots. I was using like a R4 before, and then I'd have to worry about the tip going through, and then I would hit it that last time and it would make a mess. This just works really, really well. So I'm really happy. And I like metal on metal.
There's
the
nothing
metal
like
knockdown.
Metal to metal.
My last one. And I brought these on a couple weeks ago. And it just works too. I've been using it all the time. And it's the Cam Auto new crease tab set. This little tab, dude, you got to buy the whole set, but this little tab is badass. I really like using it on edges. So when you have the dent that's really, really, really close to the edge, glue this, and a lot of times the glue kind of hangs off the side and you pull the tab off and it doesn't pull. This one pulls really, really well. Really? I love this. I've got one in the truck, one in the shop. I use the next size up in this too. But it just works really well. I can't even explain it. It's just one of those tabs that you're like, okay. And then you try it and you're like, God damn, that thing almost pulls like a dead center crease tab from Kiko.
Huh.
Like it pulls clean and precise.
Do you think it's because of how that it has that the screw in the center? It just
maybe
glue to go in
maybe it holds enough glue in that center section that it pulls, but it pulls a nice crease. It pulls a nice crease, a crease line.
Or is it because like the glue overflows to the side?
I think it's the shape. I think it's that kind of dome.
It's not flat. It has like a little dome.
Yeah, it's definitely domed. You can kind of see it. It's kind of half mooned or a loaf of breadish is what I could call it. Smells like money. But it's a great tab. Get yourself some. It comes in a huge set. And I actually just used the larger one with wings on a bedside with right by the fuel door on a Silverado, and it was smashed really bad. It was from one of the local dealers, brought it by to see if we could make it look different. And it pulled too. I mean, it pulled hard. So that tab group from Cam Auto is fantastic. So
definitely picking up those for MTE.
They're not real expensive, and I'm telling you, man, that tab is badass.
It's crazy, how many good tabs there is out there. That's one area where I need to improve, buying more tabs. Like I have a good, decent, different tabs, but I feel like I'm missing out on a lot of good ones. Like those.
And there's a lot of new stuff. I mean, this is a newer tab that he came out with. It works really well. And I'm going to tell you another tech tip, and I don't know if a lot of you guys do this, and I've been doing it for, I don't remember who, maybe it was Craig from Anson that told me this, but with your glue sticks, are you wiping the glue sticks with alcohol before you put them in your glue gun?
No.
I just started.
Really?
And I see a big difference.
I know Bryce is big on that.
I mean, it makes sense because it's coming out of a mold.
Yeah. It's funny too, because we're talking with Paul, and Paul was telling me that, when they're done making these glue, they spray them with something so that they're not sticking with each other. And so, I mean, it makes sense,
I just wipe them, and I cut mine in half. I'm a short half glue sticker. So I cut them in half right out of the bag. I hate having that long stick hanging out and it's all in your way, and cut it in half.
That's crazy. I have not tried that before.
Got to try it. Try it on your next few sticks. It'll take a couple sticks because it's going to push out all that shit that's already in your gun.
Yeah, it's funny because even Paul was making fun of me. He's just like, yeah, you need to like improve on your prepping
hygiene.
for
hygiene. Your glue hygiene.
He says, I've seen you just wipe it off with your hand and then put another tab on there. It works, you know.
And I used to use the same towel. I used to use the same towel from my buffing towel to my glue pulling towel. And then I'm like,
yeah,
what the hell are you doing? You know, if you're wiping a panel and it's wet and it leaves this little haze, that's wax, right? Like,
yeah.
Like, come on.
That's what Matt was saying, that Bryce was giving him a hard time on that. You know, he would prep the panel to glue pull, and then Matt would go on there and touch it. And Bryce would be like, what are you doing?
So it's you know, you got to try it. Let me know how it works. Try it for the next few days with your glue.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then next week you can say, you know what, that's kind of pulling a little harder.
On
your trifecta glue gun, are you leaving your glue gun on red or blue?
Red.
Me too.
Because red is the higher temperature, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I found myself with a lot of glue having it on blue that somehow I saw that like a lot of glues weren't really like sticking. And there's certain brands that that I don't think that the temperature is high enough to really melt the glue. I think that's what Jeremy teaches you on the collision glue. That his thing is that you have to have a good glue gun that heats up to a certain temperature so that it could really
adhere.
Melt
same thing with Cam Auto. Cam Auto was the same way. That's why he sells that big ass glue gun he sells that really gets to that crazy temperature. That's what Bryce uses, that big glue gun. That gets to that high temp, and he can, fix it. Train wrecks he fix.
Yeah, that's like, so to me it's just I'm that red for sure all the time.
I am too. I have started using, I'm a DeWalt guy, and I did start using the new Power Stack batteries that they came out with. They last really long.
Really?
Yeah. I'm really, really surprised because I could see my life of my batteries starting to go down, not lasting as long. Like before I could put a 5 amp battery on a glue gun and it would run all day. Now I'm getting like half to 3/4 of a day. And then I picked up a couple of Power Stack batteries and
sometimes those batteries, you do have to replace them though too, because I do think that they lose power,
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Shout out to Matt. We got Ray in the house. So I'm excited for MTE, man. Pick up a lot more tools.
What's on your hit list for MTE?
I'm really excited about that B&D new tool. That it's, I can't get over it. Like I'm really excited about that tool.
It's pretty cool.
I'm definitely looking into picking up more Stanliner tools. There's a lot of tools that I just, I don't have from Stanliner. I just for a long time I never wanted to buy them because I just thought, like why? It's just like I have so many other tools that could push nice. But catching up with my Stanliner lines. I'm looking to get a lot more tabs. Definitely reload on glue. There's definitely a lot on my on my list. I feel that's where I go crazy and getting tools at MTE. I don't go big for like Black Friday.
I did
because I try to save it for MTE.
I did finally get my Ultra bike stand set up, which was really nice. Instead of like laying on the floor on this wooden piece of crap that I was using.
Yeah, that
it was
definitely
nice
looks
using
nice.
that. I think I want to get the snake heads from A1, the Mapway tool. I want to get a set of those. Some more tabs, some more tips, because there's some more tips that I want to pick up. I may end up buying a new light. I may end up buying the new Stucky light. It looks really, really good. my limited stuff is just getting a beat down. So I think it's due for me to buy a new light. It's been a couple years and it looks really, really nice.
Oh yeah, and Matt, we were talking about that earlier. I was telling Ryan about that.
Yeah, his new tension pull thing. It looks badass.
I think, yeah, I think he's gonna shake hands with that stuff, man. It's just like and you could tell following up on his videos, Mr. Ken puts in a lot of work into his tools, man.
Did you see his video of his company party at Christmas?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I was dying. It was so funny. It was so funny.
Yeah. So he, that guy loves what he does, man. And you could tell just by watching his videos. And yeah, I agree, Matt, that tension system that he's creating. Yeah. That's definitely one tool that, like, as soon as empty doors open, you want to grab before it sells out. Because once it's gone, it's done.
And I want to check out. I really want to physically touch and feel and smell the Cam Auto tower, the floor suction tower. I'm telling you, that's next level. Yeah, I mean, you can either use air or you can use a battery, bro. I mean, it's gonna be hard. Like Mike and I were trying to figure it out because I had that through bolted thing at the shop and it just didn't work. It started pulled out of the wall. But the perfect pull is a great piece. It's just really, really up there in price tag. I get it because it's billet. It's a nice ass piece. The Cam Auto piece is cost effective. The bad part with like me and you is the floor.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what Matt just said. The race deck flooring.
So I don't know if I want to measure the suction head of it because maybe it's smaller than that 12-inch tile, and you can just pop the tile out and the surround will stay on the race deck and that tile will go down because you drop it down.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll go down and suck to the floor. I don't know. So I really want to check it out.
I don't see myself ripping out my floor just to set it up, like.
You could leave one tile, cut all the tabs off of it, and just let it float.
Yeah, but you know how it is. Sometimes you got to move your tower to keep pulling in whatever part of the car, and to know that I have to keep still. I mean, I guess you can move the car, but sometimes everything's it's set in place.
It's exactly what Mikey said. Mikey said the same thing. It's just not for what we have. It's just not going to work very well. So, but I'm excited.
Yeah. Sorry for anyone who thinks that we didn't bring out enough new tools for 2022. I kind of feel like, there's a lot more tools that we should have had out, but
it was our picks.
I guess, yeah.
We talk, and that's the thing is I was talking to a tech today, and he was trying to pick my brain on what I was going to have on the show. And I said, we talk about tools every week. We bring new tools on every week. We talk about them. This isn't every single thing, but we could be here for 12 hours going through tools that we really, really like. But I think we had a good range. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Dave O, yes, sir. We'll see you at MT. Yeah. And, Ryan, the truth is that this is also to show that we're not getting paid or we're not getting sponsored to show specific tools. This is tools that we have in our toolbox. That's why I was with this one. I don't own this tool, but I thought this was a really great tool for 2022. Yeah. And I will show you that I actually made a glue gun specific just for the glue reaper glue, but I did run out. So I couldn't show you, but I think for the win, Mr. Reaper came through this year.
Yeah, he was on fire
with that purple and those tabs.
Yeah, those tabs. Even the pushing tabs, the dolly tabs were freaking fantastic. They just got them back in stock.
Ryan, again, that new B&D tool that is coming out. they go hand in hand with those new Reaper tips. Fire. I'm telling you, it's going to put a lot of these tips into like perfect use.
Yeah.
I can
And you guys are going to have to tune in next week.
Not wait to show you guys this.
You may miss out. It's going to be the first time it hits the road.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
He's definitely creating a badge for MTE. So look out, guys. The new B&D tool, fire.
It may be the tool at MTE that sells out that everybody wants.
Yeah. And from also from Mr. Ken.
The push tension. Yeah.
That's going to
be that tab that when you watch his videos of machining those out of whatever material he's using.
And he fixed that issue that the whole sliding the whole thing in and out.
Yep.
Anyways, yeah, can't wait. Well, Ryan, I wish you a happy New Year.
I know, it's crazy.
Any New Year's resolution for you?
Keep a clean nose and sniff away. I don't know. Keep going, man. I got a good business plan for 2023. I'm excited about. Keep the guys busy. We had a really good year. I'm really, really thankful. For this industry, for everybody that watches the show and support and everything you guys do. And I'm really thankful for my friends and family that have supported me through that big push that I have with the new shop and customers. And hopefully this year we can just keep growing it. You know what I mean? Just keep moving forward and going, So, look at you. You're getting ready. You're talking about starting a new service over there. And we've talked a couple times and see what happens. Yeah.
It's all I'm looking forward to is just like how to be more like Ryan 2023.
No. How many times do I call you on the way home and it's 8:30 my time and you're like, oh, you're just going home. Oh, it's 8:30 at night. You're just leaving?
No, that's what I mean too. Trying to go home at 8. I stay here too late.
No, man. It's but we all love what we do. You know what I mean? It's a pure love. It's a pure, I don't know. It's why we do the show.
Yeah. Thank you everyone who joined us and watched us throughout the year. Thank you so much. We do this for you guys, and we're just so appreciated that you actually get to join us, get to join in and watch the show. Thank you. We don't get an extra paycheck for this. We don't get any more pointers.
Be nice if you pay me, Manny.
We actually just do this for the love of our industry. And I could almost tear to that. It's because it's the truth.
Hey, we got to do this live once at MTE. So we got a live time slot.
Yeah. We should definitely do it.
We're gonna do it 5 minutes before Manny gets ready for his Dent Olympics. So it kind of throws him off a little bit.
We cannot do that. I'm on the zone, man.
Miramax can beat him again.
Yeah.
Dave
O is coming in strong too. Dave O, I know he's competing. So
Alex too.
Can't wait. Yeah, Alex.
So
is he coming out to MT?
I think so.
I heard Ray's competing too. Just kidding. So I can't wait to see everyone at MTE. Again, thank you guys for watching us. 2022 has been a great year. Can't wait to see what the new year 2023 brings. Can't wait to see everyone at MTE, and wishing everyone the best for 2023. Good health, family, a lot of work for you. But just wishing everyone the best.
You guys have a fantastic holiday, Manny. Enjoy yourself a little bit.
Thank you. You too.
And Keep it real, and we'll see you next year.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Thank you guys for joining us. Happy New Year. Woo!
Bye-bye. See you guys.
See you guys. See you, Ryan.